Henshin a go baby. What's good, guys? Yoku here, and I want to say thank you for the love and support. I guess I don't know if it's love, to be fair. It's probably platonic, but the massive support to the last video that you guys gave me pertaining to Blade. I have no idea where y'all came from. I'm not complaining, but again, thank you. We're almost at 12K. That was kind of quick, but if we could do it again, it'd be kind of cool. Regardless, I want to talk to you guys about the last little bit of information I have before Blade's banner gets here tomorrow or tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be his light cone. I also want to go over Blade a little bit because some things were confirmed that I kind of theorized in that last video. And we're going to go over the relic sets and how they significantly influence some of the characters in the current banner or coming banner. Whatever, let's talk about it. Now, starting out with Blade, we can just kind of look at the screen right here and you can see this is the character preview from Hoyo. All of this stuff is directly from Hoyo Labs, right? We know what type of character Blade is going to be. He's going to be a character that consumes his own HP. You guys can see that here. Consumes his own HP in order to deal a bunch of damage, right? So the higher his HP, the more damage he's going to get. Similar to, once again, Hu Tao. Some of you guys were asking me why I compare, or like if we could stop doing that. Eventually, yes. As of right now, no. I think I have like a 50-50 or maybe a 60-40 on players who play Genshin Impact and Honkai Sorrow. So it's easier to relate these characters to something if you already know and understand how a current or previous character works. But the basis of Blade, sacrifice HP, do big damage. It's really that simple. He does have some attack value though, right? So his modifiers or his damage is still going to come from his attack, which is a little important there. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to do more than HP. But it is still important that you understand all of these influence his kit. Now, I don't want to go too in depth on what he does or the damage multipliers, anything like that. I just want you guys to understand that he's using his enhanced basic attack, Force of Swords. He's got the talent to think about, which is the Shuhu's gift, as well as the skill giving him more of that, right? It's going to take away, I think, 30% or something like that. From what we were looking at of his HP. It's definitely not 50%, but it's somewhere around there. And then he's got its ultimate. He's got all these things to worry about. Everything he does consumes HP. Every single one of these things says consumes HP, except the ultimate, but technically it still consumes HP if you're above 50%. If not, it'll heal you and give you 50%. Shuhu's gift, the talent, is also going to consume HP, or rather it heals you from the consumed HP that you've done. Now, unlike some of the characters that we might be able to go across, right? He still cares about crit rate, crit damage, all that stuff, just once again, just like Hu Tao. So now we get into the light cone. Oh, my bad, that's the wrong tab. The light cone. Now we're going to go into the light cone, guys. So the light cone, does Blade need his light cone in order to function as a top tier character? I'm saying it right now. I think this character is going to be top tier. Whenever he gets here, we'll see for sure. But from the theorized video that I did previously, and I give you guys all the ideas or the concepts as to why this character would be very strong, I truly believe that. And after seeing this light cone when they finally revealed it, I'm almost certain this is the case. So just like Zila, and I have a saying on my channel, Zila is already a Saiyan. Her kit makes her a Super Saiyan, and her light cone turns her into an ascended Super Saiyan. I don't want to say Super Saiyan 2 because that's really strong. She's not there yet. She's an ascended Super Saiyan. Blade is a Saiyan. His kit turns him into a Super Saiyan, and then his light cone will turn him into an ascended Super Saiyan. Let me show you the light cone, right? You're already getting a huge chunk of HP. We just talked about why that HP is important. You're getting over 1,000 just to dump into his HP for free. You're also going to get an increase in his max HP and his crit rate. This is free. This is free, guys. You have a free 18% crit rate increase and an 18% HP increase for free. You're already pushing 1,500 to 1,500 HP for free. Your crit rate by itself with no other influence is already at 18%. Actually, you come with 5. Every character comes with 5%, 18%. You're at 23% crit rate. You're halfway there. I don't know why I said crit weight, but crit rate. You're almost there. Halfway there, okay? You also have, whenever you consume or attack, whenever he's attacked or consumes HP, his damage is going to increase by 24%. So you're getting a natural 24% raw damage increase for literally doing him. His kit by itself, he just functions, right? All of this is free. It's not conditional. You can read this as, oh, well, he has to get attacked or consume his HP for the damage. You have to attack somebody to do damage anyway, right? This is free. This is non-conditional like some of the other light cones. This light cone by itself is too good. Now I want to talk about Blade a little bit more. Something that I mentioned in the previous video was that typically speaking, DPS characters have free crit rate or crit damage, and we can usually tell this based off of their light cone, or what they come out with, whatever. They usually have some type of free stuff in their traces. We can assume that he's either going to get free crit rate or free crit damage. One of the two, once again, still being for free. That's going to add into more of his free stats. We know that the previously released or previously talked about Longevous Disciple, this is also going to give you free crit rate, right? When the wearer is hit or their HP is consumed by an ally, free crit rate. I don't know how much this is, but it's free. If he already has 24% crit rate, and this is a 4-piece set, like I told you guys before, it's safe to assume that this is going to be double what is this down here? Brutal in Arena or Inert Salcedo, those are what, like 8% or something like that because of the 2-piece. It's safe to assume that this is going to be double, maybe 12%, 12 to 16%, something like that, right? You could even have 20%, I don't know. But this 4-piece is going to add into what I'm talking about. So that's 23% on top of whatever he might have from traces, possibly. And then on top of the actual 4-piece that we just talked about, Disciple, that's going to give you already the 30-something percent, 40-something percent, somewhere around there. We're getting to a point where you really just need one crit roll, right? Like one crit substat, and you've already reached 50%. You can dump the rest into crit damage. So taking that in mind, now you get into his light cone. Does he need it? Yada yada, this and that. Can he function without it? This is a golden light cone, right? This is an S tier light cone in my opinion. It's right up there with Zila's light cone. It's too good to pass up. If you have been saving your funds, saving your pulls for Blade, you knew you were gonna pull Blade, you skipped Jing, you might have skipped Zila, you skipped Silverwolf, I don't know. You should have enough to get Blade and a light cone at least guaranteed. But if you didn't, it's okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need the light cone. I know I was stretching that out a bit, my bad, but you don't need the light cone. It's not mandatory. It's such a league above the rest. It doesn't directly influence his damage in terms of like, oh well, he's getting a 90% damage increase. It's not something crazy like that. It's still 24%, and thankfully on this light cone banner, which I once again encourage all of you, I always encourage you guys to pull on the light cone banner, because this game is not Genshin Impact. It is not Genshin Impact in the sense that, oh, I can do everything with free to play options. You can't. You just can't. You need some type of gacha light cone. If you look at the free to play options for light cones, they are okay, but now they're releasing characters that those light cones just don't work for. We already have subpar destruction light cones as it is, and we also have subpar erudition light cones. I guess, well, I guess breakfast is okay, but still whatever. We're gonna skip swordplay. This doesn't matter. It's for the hunt class. We're gonna go straight to Secret Vow, because this is what a lot of you guys have been comparing Blade to, or what he should be using. This is going to give you a raw damage increase of 20%. So once again, similar to the raw damage increase you're going to get from here, 24%. This is great. This is awesome. This is exactly what you need. This is going to give you that extra bit of damage. You still have over 1k HP, a little bit over, right? You still have some attack. That's cool. This is great. This is a great light cone. I do think that this is going to be probably his next best in slot, if not his free option. Again, this is still a gacha light cone. You have to pull for this, if not get lucky at some point. Maybe you were pulling for characters and you just happen to get a Secret Vow. That's cool, but this is not under any other type of free thing. You don't get this from the Battle Pass or one of the Herta shops or anything like that. You need to pull on that light cone banner or on the character banner in order to get this light cone, and it is worth it. You also have the secondary effect that he's going to get an extra 20% damage whenever the enemies have an HP percentage equal to or higher than the wearer. Now, I personally feel like this is going to be a non-existent buff that may or may not happen when you're using this light cone with Blade. Reason I say that is because Blade's HP is going to fluctuate so much, right? You're consuming your own HP, you're consuming your own HP, you're healing. If you have Loach on the team, he's auto healing you. It's going to be very rare. Oh, and you're doing a shit ton of damage, like calculating this with the Google Sheet or something like that. You're doing a shit ton of damage. So thinking about it this way, you will very rarely be at a lower HP percentage than another enemy character, unless that enemy is a boss. In that case, you can get a free 40-ish% without thinking about any type of super imposition for a little bit, beginning of the round, beginning of the turn, whatever. Round start, maybe, I don't know. But looking at that, taking this into account, you pull on this light cone hypothetically, and you don't get Blade's light cone. That's fine. Let's say you got 5 or 4 extra copies of Secret Vow. That's a double, right? Because light cones usually double whatever their number is. This is a 40% damage increase. If you happen to have a super imposition 5 Secret Vow, or even a 4, this is a huge raw damage. And this number, the secondary number, also doubles. This turns into another 40%. So if you have a super imposition 5 secret vow and you don't have, or you don't want to pull for the destruction light cone for blade, you now have 40 to 80% extra raw damage. You need to make up for not having the crit rate. Okay, that's the biggest thing. The HP, you can get away with that. 18% HP, you can get away with that. You know, you can find other ways to get that. The actual disciple set gives you the 12% HP or something like that, or whatever it is. That's fine. You need to make up for this crit rate. You're missing out on free, almost 20% crit rate. That's huge. You need to make up for that. And that's the only drawback to a secret vow. Now, I do believe there's some other light cones. I think the one that most people are going to have is Fall of Aeon. Let me go to it. On the Fall of Aeon. So here we are, okay? On the Fall of Aeon, whenever the wearer attacks, their attack is increased by 8% in this battle. This effect can stack up to 4 times, yada yada, this and that. 8 times 4 is 32. So you have a, roughly speaking, 32% attack increase. We've already talked about the fact that Blade does like attack percent, but it ain't like, he don't like it like that. You know, like raw damage and HP percent is definitely going to do you a little bit more, or rather a lot more value than just giving him attack percent increase. On top of that, whenever the wearer inflicts weakness break on enemies, the wearer's damage increases by 12% for 2 turns. There's another damage increase. It's very low. At this point, you're getting too low of a value for a 5-star light cone that you could just put Secret Vow on him, and you could superimpose Secret Vow. If I were going to look at anything out of my options for these light cones, I would honestly look at Secret Vow. Fall of Destruction or Fall of Aeon, like I said, it's okay. It's not a bad option. If you just happen to have it, then sure. At S5, this becomes a really big attack percent increase. That's great. And you also get the 24% raw damage. So you kind of choose what you want, right? You want raw damage plus the attack percent whenever you do attack somebody, or you're going to want the Secret Vow. Where is it at? Let me go back to it. You're going to want the Secret Vow, and you're going to want to superimpose the Secret Vow if you have that option, and you're getting a 40 to 80% damage increase, raw damage increase. So it really just comes down to what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you do not need Blade's signature light cone. It is just really, 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 really strong. And I think, once again, I always advocate for this. I would absolutely tell you to pull on this light cone. If one of you come in the comment section like, hey, I want Blade, it's guaranteed 50-50, I already have that, and I have enough to go for another. Do I want, you know, like Blade, another Blade, or do I want, I mean, honestly, I can't tell you that on the Aelons, but in the event I didn't know like anything about Aelons or anything like that, because I don't know these things, I would tell you go for the light cone, right? Get Blade, get the light cone. I said the same thing with Zila. Get Zila, get the light cone, because it's so good. It's just, it's free raw stats. That's the best part about it. Anything that takes away from your farming, your grind, your relics that you have to invest other resources in that you can't get back, right? Like, yeah, they're going to recharge, but you can't get them immediately without spending some type of currency or balling out, if you will. This gives you that for free, right? Free damage, free HP percent, and free crit. It's crazy to think about skipping an item like this. Like, oh yeah, man, I don't really need that. You don't need it, but it makes your blade stronger for less. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I know that was a doozy, a windy, but what the frick is a windy? I don't know what a windy is. I just woke up. I finished the blade guide. Okay, the blade guide's done. You guys are gonna get that as soon as blade is ready to go, and you will see everything about blade and what I feel and all these questions and blah 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 blah. I looked at a lot of your comments from the community posts. I answered as much as I can within that blade guide, as well as a few other videos. So once that drops, enjoy. As of right now, though, I'm answering this regarding the light cones. I did the same thing for Jing Yuan back then. Jing Yuan is a kid. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about Jing. I'm not gonna, you know, I made it the whole video without almost talking about Jing. God damn it. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. If you enjoyed this, please do leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, because we're almost at 12K. And I'm just trying to keep up with my peers. You know, I'm trying to be one of the cool kids, get in the cool kids club with the big sub count. You feel me? So smell you later. Join my Discord.